As many of you are aware, World Economic Forum is known for its annual meeting in Davos, where it brings together key global government and business leaders to discuss global issues. World Economic Forum's this year's theme was The Great Reset. Responding to the COVID-19 pandemic and challenges to sustainability, World Economic Forum called for necessity to jointly and urgently build the foundations of the global economic and social systems for a more fair, sustainable, and resilient future. With this background, President Brende will inform us about what the World Economic Forum is hoping to achieve while the world shifts towards halving CO2 emissions by 2030, as well as his thoughts regarding the increasing awareness of the climate change measures among world leaders over the past decade and the future prospects. So please.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. It is such a pleasure to be here, particularly with my good friend, Governor Koike. Thank you, Governor, for your leadership on climate through decades. This gathering comes at a moment that is so crucial for the future of our planet. Tackling the global climate crisis will require collaborative, multi-stakeholder action across industry and government alike moving forward. The world is unfortunately on track for a 3 degrees Celsius temperature rise, which would mean sea level rises that would engulf settlements that are home to millions of people that actually will lose their home. The impact of this is huge. Increasing migration, compounding food and water scarcity, significantly disrupting supply chains, and presenting significant detrimental impact on the global economy. The recent UN IPCC report delivered a clear message that we need to cut carbon in the atmosphere now. The World Economic Forum is working with governments and business to reduce emissions through urban transformation with the Net Zero Carbon Cities program, as well as industrial transformation through the Mission Possible platform and work on industrial clusters. Let's talk about cities. 78% of the world's primary energy is consumed in cities, 78%. 70% of all carbon emissions are generated within cities. By 2050, over 2/3 of people are set to live in cities. These statistics highlight why urban transformation needs to be front and center. The good news is that solutions and technologies already exist. We don't need to wait for new innovation to get started. Last month, at the World Economic Forum Sustainable Development Impact Summit, the forum launched a toolbox of solutions for urban transformation. This toolbox contains over 200 examples of best practices, policies, and case studies for decarbonization. This will be a game changer for cities and businesses. There are ideas for the full spectrum of cities from Tokyo to Sao Paulo and everywhere in between. There are examples from Japan in this toolbox. One of these is Tokyo's cap and trade program, which was not only Japan's first mandatory emissions trading scheme, but also the world's first urban cap and trade scheme. Congratulations to Tokyo. The policy targets commercial facilities such as office buildings and factories, which account for 40% of the city's energy consumption. The scheme allows facilities to reduce its own emissions directly or purchase additional emissions reductions allowances from others in the market. This type of innovative engagement with business is key when it comes to the journey towards urban transformation and a low-carbon economy. Certainly, this is not a challenge to be solved alone. City-level government, national-level government, businesses, and civil society need to work together closely. And globally, we can do more to share policies, business models, technologies, and actions that can be taken now. We are moving in a positive direction leading to COP26 in Glasgow in November. But there is still much work to be done, and to really close the global commitment gap. And we're witnessing a major political turning point on climate action. That's good. It's time to translate these political commitments into practical action and near-term targets, especially to get on track with emissions reductions by 2030. We are seeing a real movement towards new modes of collaboration too, with innovative approaches to public-private cooperation. For example, through our Net Zero Carbon Cities program, we're developing country-level hubs. These bring together national governments and global partners with local stakeholders across sectors to accelerate the green transition of the urban ecosystem in emerging markets. Leaders across industries must act urgently to ensure these critical goals can be achieved by the end of this decade of climate action. We're excited that leaders of megacities have been leading this agenda at all levels. And the World Economic Forum will keep working with you and partners to build, host, and scale public-private initiatives aimed at turning ambition into action. We're looking forward to the next horizon of sustainable commercial models for climate change measures nurtured through events like this and the upcoming COP26. We are really now at a crossroads when it comes to decoupling economic growth and energy growth from CO2 emissions. And with such a strong conference here in Tokyo and under Governor Koike's leadership, I'm sure Japan is going to leave a very, very positive footprint also in the years to come. Thank you.